So the next step that we want to do is we want to create efficiencies with what we're creating on our pages. Do I want to copy and paste this headline over and over and over again on throughout all 20 of my pages? No. And the reason why we don't want to copy and paste is, what if we decide all our headlines have to be red? And now you've got 20 different headlines throughout your document that you've copied and pasted, and you have to change each and every single one individually. Well, that's not very efficient. And InDesign is an extremely efficient program if you use it correctly. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this, what is graphic design, and we're going to highlight it because we've decided this is what we want all our headlines to look like throughout our document. So what we can do is we can highlight the text, and under the type menu, we're going to choose this thing called paragraph styles. So what is a paragraph style? A paragraph style is a style that's set up to match what style you've picked up with your text tool here. So what we need to do is, and I'll drag this out so you can see the whole thing. We now have our paragraph styles box here, and we need to create, using this option tab, a new paragraph style. Well, this paragraph style, I'm just going to move this down, is going to be called headline. And if we take a look at this box to the left, this list, you can see our basic character formats match everything up here in our menu for our text tool. So we have Lucida Bright, yep, it's up here. It's regular, yep, that's here. It's 62 points, yep, everything matches up. If we scroll down to the bottom, and actually indents and spacing, we know that this text is centered. Yep, alignment is center, where you find under indents and spacing. And if you scroll down to character color, yes, it is black, and this is where we could change that. So now that we've got all our setup here for our headline style, I'm going to move this box up so I can click the OK button at the bottom. And now you can see in our paragraph styles, we have this thing called headline. However, when I highlight this text, it still says that it's a basic paragraph. So let's make sure we choose headline so that we set that up so it's exactly the same. If we highlight table of contents, we'll also notice that this is set up for basic paragraph because we haven't applied the style sheet. But I'm going to leave that one there for now so you can see what happens when we don't apply headline. So I'm going to go into the page palette here, and I'm going to double click page 4. And page 4 is the start of our CRAP principles. So I'm going to click and drag a text box, and I'm going to type in contrast, which is our first CRAP principle. And while my cursor is flashing there, I don't even have to select the text in the box. All I have to do is go to my paragraph style sheet and click headline. And voila, we have already applied the headline style. With my black arrow, my selection tool, I'm going to clean up that box, and I'm going to move on to page 6. I'm going to click and drag a text box, and this is repetition. Notice it comes in as the default Minion Pro 12 points. So while my cursor is still flashing there after typing repetition, I'm just simply click the paragraph style headline, and notice they're all being set up based on the headline paragraph style sheet I created for the headline based off of this particular text that I had highlighted. So if we move on to page 8, we then have alignment. Again, clicking on the paragraph style sheet, the selection tool in order to clean up that box, and last but not least, page 10, which will have proximity. And again, I will apply the headline style sheet and clean up my box here. Now here's the really neat thing. So if I go through all of my pages now, all my headlines are black. But now I've decided I want to match it up with my cover. So this particular style is Lucida Bright, Demi Bold. It's 64 point. I'm not going to worry about size right now, but I want the Lucida Bright Demi Bold in red. So what I'm going to do is, we can see that this is clearly not that that. It's Lucida Bright, but it's only regular and it's black. So this is what I can do. I can double click the word headline in my paragraph style sheet. I can go to basic character formats and change the font style from regular to demi bold, just like my cover. I can also scroll down this list to the bottom to character color, and I can change that color to red. When I click OK, every single instance where I have applied that style sheet has changed. Notice though, it didn't change on table of contents because we didn't apply the headline style sheet. So all I have to do is click on it and it changes too. Now this is a problem because I don't have enough space for table of contents. So with my cursor still inside the box, I can do a Control A or a Command A on a Mac, Control Shift less than, and just reduce the size enough until the text fits. And you'll notice because we've modified that style sheet, because we've reduced the size, you'll see you'll get a plus sign in the paragraph styles, which just means we've made a modification. And that's what that plus sign means. So that is how we create a paragraph style sheet. So we'll do one more. I'm going to create another text box here. And let's say we wanted to create a subhead. So I'm going to type in subhead. I'm going to center this font using the tools across the top of my screen. It's not going to be Minion Pro. In order to be contrasting to this sans or this serif font, I'm going to choose a sans serif font. So that's a font without any, here we go, Microsoft Sans, without any external pieces here. So our feet and extensions, which are called serifs. So this is a sans serif font. I'm going to Control Shift greater than. There we go. And that's going to be my subhead. I'm going to highlight that text. And it's as simple to create a paragraph style sheet is as simple as highlighting your text, choosing the Option tab in Paragraph Styles to create a new paragraph style, name it subhead. You'll notice all your character information is based off of all the information based off your highlighted text. Click OK, and you're done. Just remember to apply it. So if I click and drag another text box here and just type in the word text, I don't even have to highlight it as long as I'm clicked within that text box, within that paragraph, click subhead. There we go. It's as simple as that. Again, to change subhead, all I have to do is go into any one of these menu items here. I can choose the character color. This time I'm going to make it blue. So you can see the change. Click OK. And both instances changed because both of them had the paragraph style subhead applied to them. And that's how easy it is to make paragraph styles, to make your work move much more efficiently as you work through. And so you just create them once. You can always make changes to them later, but once you've applied them, you can just start adding text and applying paragraph styles and setting up your file so that you have great repetition, so repeated colors, sizes of fonts, etc. for all of your different applications within your document.